Yay! All right, can you hear and see me okay?
You're good, Morgan.
Okay, super. All right, guys. Oh, I'm just gonna take myself off of here. So, oh, excuse me. Amazing so far. I'm like blown away. These are all topics I'm insanely passionate about, so it's right up my alley. But before I get going, I wanted to just play this 40-second clip to kind of get you in the mindset of what I want to quickly touch on. So just listen for now.
So the only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. Right? I will run.
You would not be outworked.
I will not be outworked.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
You know, you might have more talent than me. You might be smarter than me. You might be sexier than me. You might be all of those things. You got it on me in 9 categories. But if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's 2 things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple.
So I'm not sure if you could tell who that was. That was Will Smith. And to me, that basically describes my business and what I feel brings success in this business in a nutshell. My topic that I want to talk about today is just show up. And that's literally what I told Lindsay. That's, just show up. And to me, I don't do anything special in this business. And you can drop your pens for my presentation. I don't want you to take notes. I just want you to listen. I don't have the prettiest blog. I don't have the best posts. In fact, there's always spelling mistakes. I don't have fancy training, and I don't have a lot of time during the day to work my business because I'm running another franchise business with Steven during the day. So nothing in my business is phenomenal. But the one superpower that I have that I feel anybody can have is the ability to show up. So I kind of want to go through what showing up looked like for me throughout my business. And if you can just take little points here and there that you can relate to, that's what I want. I don't want you to get off this call and feel almost worse. I don't want you to get off of here and be like, Allie does this and Katie does this, and there's just so much information and I can't do this. Because you don't need to be the best at any of those things. I just need you to wake up tomorrow morning and show up. So what's showing up? So like I said, it goes through phases. So I want to start from the very start. To me, showing up at the beginning was before coaching. I love fitness my whole life, fell off when I actually was a camp counselor for Tim Hortons for the summer, completely fell off, ended up figuring out I had some crazy emotional eating issues, came home, I left to that camp in the best shape of my life, came home, worst shape of my life. Thankfully, Steven dragged me to the gym, and I would fight back tears through our whole workout because I just wasn't how I used to be. Like everything was back to square one, and he just kept telling me, Morgs, like just keep coming, just keep showing up. It'll get better. It'll get better. And it did. So at the start, I showed up for myself. I showed up for my own health and fitness. Okay. That's where it started for me. Then the next phase of showing up for me was when I learned about coaching, and I actually signed up, and I didn't learn about coaching till I was signed up. But the next phase of showing up for me was showing up again for myself, but for the business side of things. Okay, so this builds on each other. I showed up for my fitness. Next level was I needed to show up for my business. I was brand new. I knew nothing. I needed to show up and learn. And the key thing here was right from the start, I treated this showing up like a job. Because as I started doing my research right off of the start, I figured out that this could be the thing that sets me up for a life of freedom. So every time my alarm went off at 5 a.m., because I worked this business at 5 a.m. for 2 straight years, I've been coaching about 3.5 years now, because that's the only time I had as a full-time teacher. I didn't feel like getting out of bed at 5 a.m. Never, maybe like 2% of the time. But I didn't base my showing up for this business on how I felt each day. Because if that was the case, I probably would have only showed up one day out of the week. I based it around the feeling, my overarching goal of this is gonna change my life in 5 or 10 years. Like, this is gonna give me the freedom. Like, that's what I'm showing up for. So originally showing up for my fitness, next level, I had to show up for myself. That's a little selfish, I'll admit it, but any new coach, you need to do that. You need to show up for your business right off the start. So every single day, 5 a.m., again, nothing special. I think I built my power hour off of Scotty Hobbs' YouTube video. I think it's called The 10 Things I Do in My Beachbody Business Each Day. Scotty, if you're watching, that video was the power hour I created, and I built it off of same thing you hear every day, so nothing special. But I can honestly say, you guys, honestly, I didn't miss a day. No Saturday missed, no Sunday missed, no Monday missed, no day missed. Sometimes I slept in, but every single day I worked my business. And Tasia mentioned this about Subway. I own a Quiznos. I treated it like that. If Steven and I don't show up, it just doesn't work. I couldn't not show up to my classroom. I couldn't not show up to our store because the business would fall apart. I'd be fired from teaching. So when I looked at coaching like that right off the bat, and everybody might be a little bit different, but with that mindset, it makes it pretty easy to show up every day, right? If you work a regular 9 to 5, I'm pretty sure you show up every day, right? Unless they're deathly ill. So it started off with my fitness. Then it started up with showing up for my own business. The next phase was showing up for my challengers and coaches. And this is kind of where I sometimes get a little heated because I put in all this work into finding these amazing challengers and helping them get started, reaching Goals of Success Club and helping as many people as I can. And then I see some coaches disappear. And to me, that is the most disrespectful thing you can do to other people. They're literally giving you their life, right? Their most, I don't know how to say it, something so delicate, and then you just disappear on them. So this next phase of showing up for me was getting up still at 5 a.m., but I was now getting up because I knew the business. I had my fitness under control. I knew the business. Now I had to get up at 5 a.m. for my coaches and my challengers that I worked so hard to get, because now their life was in my hands. I was responsible for them. So that's what got me showing up in that next phase. I considered it, so I took it from my job, and now I considered it my responsibility. Like, I was doing great in the business. I could have just thrown in the towel and coasted. It probably would have coasted downhill, but I felt like it was my responsibility to get up at 5 a.m. and make sure I was helping those people. And then the last phase of showing up for myself is now I'm showing up for future challengers and coaches. So what I mean by that is I need to be here. I need to be on my social media, or however it is I'm communicating with my following, these future people. I need to show up every day, because the people that join me or join you are the people that trust you. And the only way to gain trust is to show up every single day, right? If we opened our store, if we didn't have store hours, if we just, you know, some of those mom and pop stores, you like never know when they're gonna be open, blah blah, you know, they kind of do their own thing. If we were one of those stores, people probably wouldn't come to us. They don't know when we're open. Maybe our service is hit and miss. The trust isn't there. But when they know your doors are open at 10 a.m. and you're closed at 10 p.m. and you're going to have some kick-ass yogurt with some dinosaur toppings, they're going to be there, right? So now I feel like it's my job to make sure I'm up and posting because I want those future challengers. I want my business to continue to propel. So all throughout December, I could probably disappear and coast. I'd be okay, but I don't want to, because come January, I want to make sure those people trust me. See, that's the difference. A lot of people think, sometimes there's too many coaches, but I see it as, I don't think there's many coaches at all, because I can guarantee you a very, very, very small percentage of coaches show up as consistent as I do, right? I can guarantee you a very small percentage of coaches have never missed a national wake-up call in the past 3.5 years they've been a coach. The people are going to go to people they can trust, because again, they're putting their life in your hands, right? So they want to know that you're not going to disappear on them. So this last phase, I show up for the future. So it's kind of grows on each other. I showed up for myself and my fitness. I showed up for my own business. Then I showed up for my current challengers and coaches. And now I'm showing up for all of those along with my future challengers and coaches. And it kind of builds on that. But again, I never want people to think, because we doubt ourselves so much, that I could never be a coach because you're not good at this. I was a brand new teacher who had 90 friends on Facebook, because I had just deleted everybody, because that's what they said to do as a new teacher, living in her parents' basement in my old bedroom, which was neon green. And I grew my business at their kitchen table at 5 o'clock in the morning for 1 whole year. That was my first year. I went to full-time teach. And then, in the evening, I would help Steven. We were opening up our franchise. The building was being built that year from the ground up. So to me, I couldn't do anything fancy, and that's what I want people to know. It doesn't take fancy. It takes showing up every single day. So if you're thinking shoot, I'm not showing up, and you're kind of I don't know, you could show up more. I want you to listen to this quote real quick here. The reality is that everyone makes mistakes. The issue isn't whether you make them, it's what you'll do about them. It's whether you will choose the path of humility and courage or the path of ego and pride. So what I mean by that is, if you're not showing up as much as you like, if you have been a bit absent from coaching, you've taken a break, if that's what you want to call it, taken a break from coaching or your fitness, a lot of people feel embarrassed. A lot of people worry what people will think of them if they jump back in. And to me, that's ego. If you're caring about what other people think of you more than what you should be doing, that's ego. That's the ego and pride. If you're not showing up as much as you like and you're scared to jump back in, I want you to try setting that ego aside and coming forward with that humility and courage. And I would say, be honest, jump into your team page, be like, hey team, this is what's happened to me, and this is what I commit to doing for you. Jump in your challenge groups, jump on your social media. Hey, this is what happened to me, and this is what I'm committing to do. So set the ego aside, because nobody cares as much as you think they care. Set the ego aside, jump back in and be humble and caring. And that's when you connect with people. That's when people are like, okay, if I fell off, maybe I can jump back in too. So I hope that helps you guys. No magic, but once you create your superpower is just showing up, I promise you your business is going to absolutely change. So I'm going to toss it over to Miguel, one of my favorite speakers, to finish it off.